Hello, freaks, geeks, degenerates, and basement dwellers. Welcome to the Warzone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. And we're seeing a slight shift in initiative. We're seeing Russia increasing pressure along the entire front line from Zaporizhia up to Pokrovsk, up to Leman, up to Kupiansk and Vovchansk and Sumy Oblast. So the Russians are stepping up. It seems they have been shifting around their troops to try and counter Ukrainian advances, and now they've settled in, slow down the Ukrainians, and now they've begun to try and regain momentum, as it were. And in the middle of all of this, we are seeing that the 21st Mechanized, the so-called Swedish battalion, is right in the middle of one of the hot zones where Russia is trying to break into Sumy Oblast from the east, and the 21st Mechanized is right in the path of these Russian formations. So let's take a look. So we're gonna take a quick look at the front lines here. We got Andrew Perpetuous map, zooming in. We're gonna start off with Zaporizhia and make our way up to Sumi. So we're zooming in on the front line south of Zaporizhia. Ukraine is applying pressure at Stepnohersk. This battle has been ongoing for weeks now, and the Russians are hell-bent on holding territory in Stepnohersk, and the Ukrainians are trying to push out or push into that town. At Huliapol, we can see slight gains by the Russians trying to push out using motorcycles here, and coming into Salinichne, pushing out of Huliapol. But the advance is slow. It's damn slow for the Russians. But here you can see they're back in Dobropilya. We can see lots of activity over here from the Ukrainians, though, aiming artillery and other stuff at Russian positions. Interesting, zooming in here, this is that farm we were talking about on the top of the ridge line. And here you can see how it's getting schwacked by Ukrainian artillery. And of course the Russians from that farm on top of this ridge, they have excellent view down into this valley where you have Novo Ryorivka, where the Ukrainians are trying to push in and establish a proper presence. So like we said a couple of weeks back, that farm, it's going to be shelled to hell and back by the Ukrainians, and if the Ukrainians can push up to it, then Russia will of course shell it like crazy, because the Ukrainians from that farm can look down into this valley and have clear line of sight across the entirety of Spinivka. So that farm, it's gonna be erased. We have been seeing a lot of Ukrainian drones in Ternove and Bereshove, indicating that Russia is pushing back into these two crucial towns. So it seems as if the Russians have been moving in those reinforcements that we expected to arrive, and they have now moved into position and are slowing down the Ukrainian advance here north of Huliapol. A bit north, we're coming to Pokrovsk. We can see some Russian gains here and there, notably in and around Ryshna, where we know Ukraine tried to come in down here in order to cut off the town from Russian reinforcements. That might have failed, since we're seeing Russia pushing in and establishing more control in town. But northern parts are still contested, so this fight is not over by a long shot. Russia is still struggling in leaving Rodinsky here and pushing out towards Dobropilya over here. They're trying, but the Ukrainians are in the way. The big fight, of course, at the moment is Constantinia, where the Russians are trying to push in from the east, from the south, and trying to come up to the west here. But this is a massive meat grinder, and the Ukrainians are doing everything they can to keep the Russians at bay. Moving north, we reach Leman, and some encouraging news. We can see here that the Russians are pushing towards Mykolaiivka, and like I've said before, fully expect the Russians to reach the canal eventually. The question is, how long will it take for Russia to cross the canal? But north of that, we have the Battle of Yampil, and you can see here more Russian drone strikes in town. And you got some Ukrainian drone strikes supporting the Ukrainian advance in Yampil. So Ukraine keeps pushing up here, and we know Ukraine has been securing this part of Leman, and we have Ukrainians over here as well. And Ukrainian drone track, we know the Ukrainians the Russians are pushing in towards Dibrova. So nothing strange that we're seeing Ukrainian drone strikes out in the woods here. But encouraging nonetheless that we keep seeing Ukrainians operating here and the Russian drone strikes are evidence of it. Not much. We got something on Mayakovsk 73 here outside of Vovchansk. Zooming in here you can see, take a look at this. So Russia seems to be pushing in this way towards Okremivka here, which Andrew has not picked up. He might do that in the next day. But Russia might be coming down this way, like we saw on Mayakovsk 73's map. And moving further north into Sumy, we know the Russians have been pushing here, and they're trying to push out here. So lots of things happening here, and here you can see how the Ukrainians put a stop to a Russian advance, trying to push into this pocket here. And this is interesting. This is where in and around Myropilya we have the 21st Mechanized, known also as the Swedish Brigade, and they're operating in this area. So they are currently, by the looks of it, under heavy pressure, with the Russians trying to come in from the east into Sumy Oblast. And the 21st Mechanized, of course, have CV-90s, STRV-122s, these high-end Swedish vehicles, together with the Leopard 2A6s that has the really excellent L55 gun. I believe it is. Is it the L55? I think it is the L55 on the Leopard 2A6, a extremely powerful gun for a tank. And they have some very good Polish vehicles as well. So the 21st Mechanized is a very, very capable unit. And before they stepped into Kursk, I dare say that the 21st Mechanized might have been the world's most hard-hitting armored formation, considering they had CV-90s with the 40mm autocannon, the STRV-122 sporting some of the best armor found in the war, and then the Leopard 2A6s with that awesome gun, supported by some quality vehicles out of Poland, and they are now under a lot of pressure, holding the line here, holding the border to the east, as Russia is trying to outflank Sumy Oblast and coming in here strongly, as it were, in the last week or so. Now, bear with me here for a sec. YouTubers got a YouTube. If you like what I'm doing, if you enjoyed the videos, like, share, subscribe. Consider buying me maybe a coffee. Make a donation down via YouTube. It helps the channel, obviously. If you have ideas for merch, caps, coffee mugs, whatever, leave a comment. I'll look into it. I'm leaning more and more towards it. Starting up with merch. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, if you want to support the channel, like, share, subscribe, post my videos all over the Discord and what have you, and consider buying me a coffee. And on that subject, take a look at these guys, these excellent, these most awesome, fantastic scrufftards you can imagine, who have chosen to support me and the channel. I am so incredibly grateful, and it warms my heart, and I am humbled by this support. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, as I hope these guys might inspire the rest of you, let's move on and keep looking at maps once again, shall we? And here we have Sumy Oblast, and we're zooming in. This here is the 21st Mechanized Brigade, and we can see we have a couple of dots here, and this here is from the 19th of April. 21st Mechanized Falcon hit Russian forces near Myropilya. Russian infantry hit by drone near Myropilya by 21st Mechanized on the 12th. So a couple of days ago. And here you have from the 18th of April, 21st Mechanized stops a Russian mechanized assault, destroying and halting several armored fighting vehicles before they reach the Ukrainian border close to Myropilya, Sumi. So the 21st Mechanized, they are right smack in the middle of it, trying to prevent the Russians from advancing. We got stuff going on down here. Let's see what we have. Russian strikes. Here you have Russian infantry hit by the 53rd Recon Battalion. Russian positions hit by Ukrainian border guards. So lots of stuff happening here. But the 21st Mechanized, the Swedish Brigade, located at Myropilya, being challenged here by the Russians. So we'll see if the Swedish equipment gets to be used, or if it's the drones that will do the main part, the lion's share of the fighting here, as the Russians are trying to outflank Sumy Oblast. Really interesting. Hopefully we'll get some CV-90s and SRV-122s holding the line and taking out Russian vehicles. Maybe we'll get some archers into the fray as well. During the Kursk incursion, we know from interviews that 3 archers helped to destroy, 18 Russian armored vehicles with only 3 archers. So if they have some archers in the area here, that would more than likely help out with the defense very nicely. Don't see any artillery units marked apart from this. That's a rocket artillery, so oh well. Anyway, we know that we have the 21st Mechanized right here at Myropilya dealing with the Russian incursions at the moment. So I was gonna be talking a bit about about the Constantinia here, and then I saw, okay, here's some marking for an artillery regiment. So I just clicked it just to check what it was, and it was the 45th Artillery Brigade, and they are of course the unit that is famous for utilizing the archers that we were just now talking about. So we have the archers in and around Leman, currently defending Mykolaiivka here, where we had this vital canal and what have you. So we more than likely have archers operating here at Sloviansk and Kramatorsk and trying to slow down the Russians as they're pushing up towards this canal. And we know that the 45th and the 21st, they were operating in the area when they were defending Terny and Torske, and Russians have since then, pushed in, and the 21st Mechanized was moved up to Kursk, and the 45th is now down at Mykolaiivka defending Sloviansk and Kramatorsk. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, just being sidetracked as always, but we do have Constantinia here, and we can see that the Russians are applying a lot of pressure, and they are contesting parts of town, and they're really trying to push in, doing their damnedest to get a foothold here, and it's tough going. It's really tough going, but we do have a river here that the Ukrainians hopefully can utilize to offer stiff resistance, and using it as a proper obstacle for the Russians. But it's it's tough going, but the Russians, they're going, Jesus, what's the mouse doing? And they're just going straight at it from the east and trying to come in from the south. I wonder, I mean, with the issues Russia had with Pokrovsk, what will Constantinia do to them, considering the issues they had at Pokrovsk? Will we see Russia spending the entire year trying to push into Constantinia? I'm willing to bet more than likely. I don't think this town is going to fall in 2026. I think this battle will continue into 2027. And saying that, as we all know, I just pissed off every goddamn Vatnik on the internet. It's going to be awesome reading their comments. But yeah, Jesus, this fight is going to be ongoing for months. And with that, I hope I'll see you in the next one. As always, good march Ukraine, and give them hell.
Smoke in my lungs, ashes in the sky. I walk through hell just to watch you die. Blood on my hands burns like the devil's brand. Heavy is the weight of a warrior's last stand. Loaded guns, heart of stone. Bring the fire, reap what's sown. The trench is a grave, night burns red. I fight for the living, leave nothing unsaid. Heroium slava. Shadows whisper, scream my name. A nightmare born of this bloody game. Enemy's face twists, my soul is black. I press forward, no time to look back. Loaded guns, heart of stone. Bring the fire, reap what's sown. The trench is a grave, night burns red. I fight for the living, leave nothing unsaid. Heroium slava. Bloodstained hands can't wash away the scars of war that always stay. But in this hell, I find my worth, a shield for those of fragile birth. Dark skies whisper you're all alone, but the echoes of brothers lost scream that I am home. Hellfire trails behind my name. Death or victory, it's all the same. For the innocents I give my all. In the ashes let the tyrants burn it.